Meanwhile, let's do one thing. Let me give you a quick recap of the chapter. Until now, in this chapter, we have covered these things. We started the chapter final account, wherein we learned about the meaning of the final account, wherein I told you that final account contains three statements that include trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet of an entity. And it started with the trading account. First of all, we understood the meaning of the trading account, wherein I told you that trading account is the first step in the formation of the final account, which record all the direct expenses and incomes of the entity of an organization. We also understood that trading account is prepared with a purpose to determine the gross profit of an organization, right? And this is the format of the trading account. As you can see, we have two sides in the trading account, debit and credit side. On the credit side of the trading account, we record all the direct income like sales and scrap sales, closing stock, all these things. And on the debit side of the trading account, we record the purchases and all the direct expenses. And after recording all the value through trading account, we will be able to determine the gross profit of the organization, or there may be a situation of gross loss. Did questions based on the trading account as well? I'm sure you are already clear about this thing. And then after completing trading account, we started with the profit and loss account in the last session, wherein we understood we understood the format of the P&L account, and we understood what are the various expenses and income that are recorded in the profit and loss account, right? And I guess we did a question based on the P&L account as well. Like question number 16 we completed in the last session, right? If I'm not wrong, I think I gave one question for the homework as well. Is this the same question that I gave you for the homework? No, question number 17 I think we did in the class itself. I think question number 18 I must have given you as a homework. Kindly confirm, all of you. Please tell me whether is this the same question that I gave you for the homework or not, or if you have completed the question or not. Aritika and Vanisha, kindly confirm.
Yes, sir, this is the one.
Okay. So have you tried solving it? Any problem doing it? Also tell me if you have not attempted this question. That is perfectly okay. I'll forgot about it. Okay. Okay, no issues. Just wanted to confirm from Vanisha. Could you please confirm whether you tried solving this question or not?
No, sir, I was not there for the last 5 minutes in the previous meeting.
You were not there in the previous session.
No, I was not there for the last 5 minutes due to internet connection.
That's okay. So you left the session before we actually ended the session. So you were not aware about the homework that I gave. Okay, no issues. So in that case, I think we'll have to do it right now. So okay, let's start with the as this question requires us to find out or prepare the it requires us to determine the operating profit, right? And as I told you, in order to calculate the operating profit, we will have to first of all determine the net profit. If it is already given in the question, then in the net profit we need to subtract all non-operating incomes, and we will have to add non-operating expenses. I'm sure all of you remember the formula. Let me write that for you again. This question requires us to calculate the operating profit. Net profit minus non-operating plus non-operating expenses. All right. So just a minute. Okay. So first of all, we have to find out the non-operating incomes, and we will also have to determine the non-operating expenses, and we'll then accordingly subtract the non-operating income from net profit, and non-operating expenses will be added to net profit. So just a moment. So first of all, net profit is already given in the question. Huh? Net profit is given as 5 lakh. So we can straightforward write that amount here, at least 5 lakh. And we will have to now subtract the all non-operating incomes, and we'll have to add non-operating expenses. So that was, let me make an extra working note here, just for the purpose of showing the calculation on non-operating incomes. To calculate non-operating incomes, what we'll do, we'll basically whatever the non-operating income given in the question, like as per the question, as far as I'm able to see, we have two non-operating expense incomes, like dividends that we have received. Dividend received is a non-operating income, right? Why? Because it is a investment income. This is an income that we have received on investment, which is not the main operational income. So we'll take dividend income as the non-operating income, number one, and rent is also not considered as the operational income. So rent received. Okay, and the value of these are already given in the question. Dividend received is 6,000 plus rent that we have received is 34,000. Together it is 30,000. So 30,000 is the non-operating income that we can subtract it from here. We have got it from the working. All right, I hope this is clear, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And accordingly, we need to figure out the non-operating expenses as well. So for that, we make another working note. And non-operating expenses will include loss on sale of furniture, loss by fire, and donation. All these are non-operating expenses. Loss on sale of furniture, loss by fire. All right, and donation. And there is one more expense, which is interest on loan is also there. So interest on loan is also not the operational expense. Loss on sale of furniture plus loss by fire plus interest on loan and the amount of donation. All these are non-operating expenses. So loss on sale of furniture was 12,000 and it was 50,000. Then interest on loan was 10,000. And finally, donation was 5,100. Totaling this, we will get 547. We'll get 77,100. All right, and now we'll put this value here 77,100. This will be added, and now we will get the answer, which is 5,47,100. All right, everyone, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Anyone having any doubt? This was solution to question number 18. Done, everyone? Labiba, Pratika, and Vanisha. Labiba, this is a question that I gave you for the homework as student. The student Pratika and Vanisha did not complete this question, so I was solving it for them. Anyways, now let's move to the next question now. Let's talk about question number 19. This also requires us to calculate the operating profit, which I guess you will be able to calculate now. Please try solving it. Please try solving it within 5 minutes. Pratika, Labiba, Zainab, Kanisha. You'll be able to do it
Yes,
now.
sir.
What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Just give it a try. Done, everyone. Please confirm.
1 minute.
Anyone else? Labiba? Zainab? Please confirm if you have got the answer or not.
Sir, done.
So please tell me the answer.
Sir, I got 97,000.
Okay. Anyone else have got the same answer?
Yes, sir, even I thought the same.
Okay. Labiba, Zainab? Please tell me the answers you have got. Quickly. You guys are even trying or not? Just a minute, everyone. So this is the correct solution of this question. First of all, in order to find out the operating profit, what we'll do, we'll just take the value of the net profit, which is already given in the question. Net profit is already there in the question. And in the net profit, what we'll do, we'll simply subtract the amount of non-operating income and add all non-operating expenses. So as per the question, gain on sale of machine and rent received is non-operating income, which we need to subtract out of profit. And non-operating expenses include donation and rent, which we will be adding. And after adding and subtracting the values, the final answer that will be getting is 97,000. This is the correct answer. So Vanisha and Ritika, well done, good job. That is the correct answer that we calculated. Okay, moving on to the next question now. Now let's talk about question number 20. This time we need to prepare the profit and loss account of Sohan Lal. Right, so we have been provided with various income and expenses. Considering all these items and values, we need to figure out the value of the gross. We need to figure out the value of the net profit. All right, so I'm sure everybody is able to see the question, and I'm sure you will be able to do it. What do you think, Anisha, Ritika? Will be able to do it or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, guys, I'm giving you 5-7 minutes. All right, let's take just finish it within 10 minutes. Okay. Find out the net profit. I'll be waiting for your answer. Rabiba, Zainab, Ritika, and Rabiba and Zainab, both of you are not responding today. Is everything okay? Unless you are able to understand the concept or not, whatever we are doing, you are able to understand it or not? It is the same concept that we have continued, that we started in the previous session. We had started profit and loss account in the last session, and based on that only we were saying yes, we can understand. Right. So that is what I was saying, that we have started this concept in the previous session, PNL account, and based on that we are doing the questions only. I'm sure Zainab is also understanding everything, and she is also attempting the question. Guys, I'm waiting for you to finish this question and tell me the correct value of the net profit for this particular question. If you have any doubt and problem solving it, do let me know. I'm just muting myself. Otherwise, I'm just right here. Done, Ritika?
Yes, sir. I got the
Got the
same.
answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vanisha?
Sir, just
Mhm. Zainab, respond kindly. Zainab, Zainab, what are you doing? At least you can tell me in the chat section, no? All right.
yes, sir. got
So,
it.
got the answer? Same answer? 2,41,050 rupees?
Yes, sir.
Okay. By the way, all of you, this is the correct solution of this question. But since all of you have got the right answer, so it does not matter at all. This is the answer, by the way. 2,41,050 rupees is the net profit as solution. Now, let's move to the next question. Let's try doing one more question based on the profit and loss account. In this question as well, we have the gross profit and other items of expenses and income. I would like all of you to try this question as well. And then we'll try to start some other concept of the chapter, which will be probably the concept regarding the balance sheet. I want all of you to try this one. Okay, all of you. You may take the screenshot of this question so that whenever you want to revise, you can refer back to the question. And let me tell you the correct answer of it as well. Correct answer for this will be 36,000. Please solve it and let me know if you're getting 36,000 as the net profit for this question or not. And let me tell you just one small point in context of this question. See, as you can see in this question, last item in this question on the right hand side, we have input IGST, and on the left hand side as well, we have output IGST, right? Everyone is able to see that input IGST, output IGST. So see, input input IGST and output IGST basically means input IGST is the IGST that we have to pay, that we had to pay at the time of purchase of goods, purchase of raw material, and when we sell goods, at that time we imposes IGST, which is called output IGST. But remember this point: our input IGST and output IGST need not to be shown in the profit and loss account. Difference between the input IGST and output IGST will be indicated in the balance sheet. All right. So these two items are not related to the profit and loss account. Difference arising between the input IGST and output IGST will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet that we'll talk about later. Right now, you just need to ignore input and output IGST. All right. This is of no use in context of the formation of the profit and loss account. I hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now attempt this question and try to figure out the net profit. It should be, as I told you, it should be 36,000.
Done, sir.
You got the answer?
Yes, sir.
36,000, na?
I got different answer.
But different answer. Manisha?
So one more than the last.
Acha, tell me the answer you have got, Ritika.
I got 62,000.
62. Okay. And could you please tell me the values on the credit side?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Gross profit.
Mm-hmm.
and,
Amount.
Gross for 1,20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Discount received 6,000.
Discount receipt 6,000. Yeah, that's right. And
Only those.
only two items. But just a minute.
Sir, I think I missed interest received.
Yes. You must interest received. We need to write interest received on the credit side as well. So the total of the credit side should be 1,34,000. Anyways, also tell me the values that you have got on the debit side.
So only the values.
Total items that you have got on the debit side. Tell me the item one by one
Sir,
that you have written on the debit.
sir, rent 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Salary 35,000.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Commission paid 19,000.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Interest on loan 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Advertisement 8,000.
Yes.
Legal charges 10,000. Bad
Yes.
debts 2,000. Loss by
Mm-hmm.
fire 6,000.
Mm-hmm.
Depreciation 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, sir.
Have you written printing and stationery?
No, sir.
Printing and stationery is also an expense, huh? Which is an
Yes, sir.
indirect expense. You need to write that on the debit side as well.
Yes, I missed to.
Okay, no issues. Try writing this value and then figure out the net profit. This time, I guess you'll be getting the net profit at 36,000. And Manisha, Labiba.
Yes, sir. I got 36,000, sir.
Okay, well done. Good job. Labiba, I'm still waiting for your response. Waiting for your last time you sent the answer very quickly. What happened this time? Labiba, you are still solving it? Sir, I also got the same answer. Okay. All right, then. So that's nice. Pratika, since you have found out the mistake, I think you will get the amount net profit. Right now? So shall we move to the next topic?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. So guys, this was all about the profit and loss account. Now let's talk about a new concept, which is balance sheet. Okay. So everyone put this heading on your notebook. This is the format of the balance sheet, right? So you will have to learn the format of the balance sheet. As in, you don't have to learn the format of the balance sheet. I mean, you just have to remember the items that we need to write on the asset side and items that will be there on the liability side. I'm sure all of you already know that balance sheet have two sides, asset and liability side, right? And on the asset side, we uh, record all the assets like fixed asset, goodwill, land and building, plant machinery, furniture, feature, investment, current asset, and all other current and non-current asset, or all the assets will be recorded on the asset side of the balance sheet. And all the obligations of the company, which is liabilities, will be recorded on the liability side of the balance sheet, starting with the capital. All right, then we will add the amount of net profit that we have got in the balance sheet. Understand that whatever the net profit that we get in the P&L account, we transfer the net profit in the balance sheet and add that with the amount of capital. And if there is any loss, then such loss need to be subtracted. And if we have any drawings, then such drawing also need to be subtracted. So basically, in order to find out the capital, we will be writing the opening capital balance, then we'll add net profit in it, we'll subtract the amount of net loss and also subtract the amount of drawing. And then after recording the value of the capital, we record all other liabilities like long-term liability, including loan, current liabilities, including sundry creditors, outstanding expenses, BP, and bank overdrafts. All right, so this is how we prepare the balance sheet. One thing you need to ensure after putting all these items on the relevant side of the balance sheet, you need to ensure that both the sides of the balance sheet should tally. I mean, the asset and the liability side should get the same value. Unless and until both the sides are tallying, balance sheet is not correct. All right. So if there is any discrepancy in the values, you can it can be basically a signal that you have made some mistake while forming the balance sheet. All right. I hope everybody is clear about this. So just do one thing. No need to make this format in the note. Let's just quickly start with the question. Will that be okay? I hope all of you understand the format of the balance sheet right now. All you need to remember is that balance sheet have two sides, liability and asset. All the item of asset need to be recorded on the asset part of the balance sheet, and all the liabilities need to be recorded on the left side of the balance sheet, that is the liability section of the balance sheet. All right, everyone. Do you think you need to write this down, or you will be able to remember this? Tell me.
Will be able to remember, sir.
Yeah, okay. That is good. So let's quickly start with a question. Okay, so this is the question number, I guess this is question number 21. From the following particulars, prepare the balance sheet as at 31st of March 2019. So we have been provided with various debit and credit items. This is the trial balance that is given in the question, right? And as all the item of the, basically all the debit side items. All right, so let's just start with the format of the balance sheet quickly. We need to identify the items as the asset and liability, and accordingly record the items on the relevant side of the balance sheet. And at the end, we need to ensure that both the sides of the balance sheet should tally. Okay, I want all of you to take the screenshot of this question. Please take the screenshot of this question, and then we'll start with the balance sheet. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So first of all, we'll start with the format of the balance sheet. We'll write down balance sheet as on 31st of March 2019. Okay, so this is the format of the balance sheet. Now, identifying the item one by one, we need to just write the items on the relevant side of the balance sheet. The first thing is capital. Tell me on which side of the balance sheet I need to record this. Tell me quickly. On which side of the balance sheet I should write down the
Liabilities.
liability side? Yeah. So liability side on capital will be recorded. But as I told you, the value of the capital will only be recorded after subtracting the amount of drawing and adding the amount of profit in. So capital is given as 4 lakh, but we won't be writing the amount of capital in the column of the amount. Alright, we won't be writing it here right now. We'll first of all add the amount of profit in it. We'll add profit, net profit in fact. It should be given in the question. Let's try to find out the amount of net profit, whether it is given or not. Yeah, as I can see, net profit is given at 16,600. So we'll have to add this 16,600. And if there are any drawings, we need to subtract the amount of drawings. And drawing is given as 44,000. Subtract 44,000. Now, whatever the value we will get, write that in the final column. This will be 4 lakh plus 16,600 minus 44. We will get 3,72,600. Right, everyone? Anyone having any doubt? Is that clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coming back to the question. After capital, we have drawing, we already treated drawing. Then debtors and creditors. Debtor is 64,000, creditor is 42,000. So debtor will be written on the debits on the asset side of the balance sheet, and the creditor will be there on the liability side. So debtor 64,000. We'll record that here. Debtors. $64,000 and creditors 42,000 should be written to the liability side. $42,000. After that, we have cash in hand and cash at bank. Both are asset related items. Cash in hand and cash at bank. Amount is given 3,672,000. Then we have plant, which is also again, but it is an asset item. It is an asset, so it needs to be recorded on the asset side. Plant, furniture.
Sir,
Yes, please.
cash in hand and cash at bank should come in the last rate. Isn't
Sorry,
it?
cash in hand and cash at bank. Sorry.
Yeah, it should come in the last rate after plant, furniture, and then it should come in.
There is no specific rule in which items of the asset need to be recorded. You can record any item. There is no specific sequencing. You can write down the value of the cash before the plant. You can also write down the value of the plant before the cash. That is completely choice of the student. All right, is that clear?
Okay, sir.
There is no specific rule that you need to follow. All you need to keep in mind that asset item needs to be recorded on the asset side. That is it, and liability should be recorded on the liability side of the balance sheet. This is it. This is enough. Okay, now moving on to the next point. Apart from cash in hand, cash at bank, plant was 1 lakh, furniture is 37,000. 1 lakh. Then we have, apart from furniture, we have net profit that we have already recorded. Then we have journal reserve. Journal reserve is a liability. It is a part of profit, all right, which is not yet distributed among the shareholders. So journal reserve is need to be shown on the liability side. Then we have closing stock. Closing stock need to be recorded because closing stock is a stock. It needs to be recorded on the asset side of the balance sheet. And if you are able to recall, closing stock is something which is also recorded in the trading account. Right now, if you are able to recall, while preparing the trading account, we record the value of the closing stock on the credit side of the trading account. If you remember. And closing stock is also recorded in the balance sheet. So these are the values. Now all we need to do is ensure that we are getting the same balance on both the sides. Let us quickly total it. Totaling this on the credit side, we should be getting 1 lakh, 64, 36, 7, 1 lakh, 47,000 plus 1 lakh, 48,000. It should be 4 lakh, 24,600. All right, everyone. And on the liability side as well, we should be getting the same back. 4 lakh, 4,000. Done, everyone? Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, right then. So this is it, students, for today. I'm giving you one question for the homework. And this that is going to be similar question, wherein you will be required to prepare the balance sheet. I'm just giving you one question because the next question that I have available, you won't be able to do that question. So I'm just giving you one question for the next session as a homework. So kindly take the screenshot of this question. Take the screenshot quickly. Let me know when you are done. I'm also telling you the answer for this question so that when you do it on your own, you can ensure whether you have done it right in the right manner or not. So balance sheet, the total value of the balance sheet should be 4,98,000. The correct answer of this question is 4,98,000. You should be getting 4,98,000 as the total of the asset and liability side. Please note this somewhere. 4,98,000 is the correct answer for this question. Done, everyone? Vanisha, Ritika, Labiba, then done with the screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all right, so this is it, everybody. This was all about the balance sheet, and we have covered all concepts regarding the trading, P&L, and balance sheet. From the next class onward, we'll try to do those questions which requires us to prepare all the account at the same time. So from the next class onward, we'll be talking about such question wherein we need to prepare the complete final account. All right, so make sure you revise the previous concept before attending the next session. Otherwise, you'll be having problem understanding things in the next class. All right, take care. Goodbye. See you in the next session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So,
Yes, Anisha.
sir, but I still have doubt in the format of that. In school, we were taught like first it should be the fixed assets and then it should be the current assets. So, is it like specifically like that or how is it?
See, as far as I know, there is no specific format. There is no specific way in which item to be recorded on the asset side or the liability side. You can write any item anywhere. as long as the items are recorded at the on the right side of the balance sheet, that is enough. But if your school teacher is saying like that, then I would recommend you to follow the advice of your teacher.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.